provide for a dismissal of the articles of impeachment. That is the assertion of some House prosecutors and House leaders as they refute the position of Senate President Francis Escudero that the Senate, sitting as an impeachment court, can dismiss the complaint against Vice President Sara Duterte if such a motion is raised and succeeds to get the vote of the majority of members.
To dismiss the impeachment complaint outright without even conducting a trial is, I believe, not within the bounds of the impeachment court. Why? Because under the Constitution, they should try and decide. So wala naman po nakalagay doon na to dismiss it outright.
Another House impeachment prosecutor, Representative Jervil Luistro, puts emphasis on the constitutional mandate for the Senate to try and decide all cases of impeachment. Luistro says both the prosecution and the defense must be given ample opportunity to present evidence during trial, and only after can senator judges decide whether to convict or to acquit Duterte. She notes when the Constitution does not provide, we should not provide. House Impeachment Prosecutor Representative Arnon Panaligan and two House leaders have this message to senator judges.
Kung i-dismiss nila ang complaint, sana naman after hearing, after receiving all the evidence, I don't want to accuse anybody of partiality or bias, pero what we are hoping, and expecting is that the judges will hear the case with impartiality.
Bakit? Anong reason nyo para i-dismiss or i-junk? Are you more powerful than the Constitution? Or the bigger question is, ayaw nyo bang marinig yung gustong marinig ng taong bayan?
ML Party List Representative-elect Laila De Lima, meanwhile, slammed Escudero, saying he appears to have his own version of the 1987 Constitution.
Has been showing that a kind of posturing as if the 1987 Constitution is not there, as if the 1987 Constitution is not clear enough. Huwag nyo naman subukan na sinusubukan nila kung ano-anong mga strategy, mga moves and steps para masabotahe yan, para hindi matuloy yung trial. That is not what the Constitution has envisioned for the Senate as an impeachment court.
Senator Judge Alan Peter Cayetano agrees with Escudero that the Constitution gives the impeachment court much leeway, but there is a limit to what it can do.
Now, just because you can, it doesn't mean you should, di ba? So we really have to take a deep breath and think what's best for the country.
The House prosecution has until Monday to file its reply to Duterte's answer ad cautelam. As of Thursday, this reply is essentially complete, according to House Impeachment Prosecutor Representative Rog Gutierrez. Vivian Gulia, ABS-CBN News.
The word war between Vice President Sara Duterte and Palace Press Officer Claire Castro escalates after Duterte called critics questioning her overseas travel stupid. Castro clapped back and urged the Vice President not to be so emotional. The full story from Harleen Delgado.
After the palace took note of her frequent personal trips abroad, Vice President Sara Duterte clarified on Wednesday that her recent overseas trips were neither a holiday nor a vacation. Duterte emphasized that she has been using her own money for the trips.
Kasi pag personal, hindi ako gumagamit ng pera ng bayan. Hindi ibig sabihin na personal na lakad yan ay holiday o pamamasyal yan. Walang ginamit na pera ng gobyerno sa lakad na ito. Pero nagtatrabaho pa rin ako.
She also took a swipe at the administration after Palace Press Officer Claire Castro asked whether her trip was personal or for the country.
Sorry Hindi ko alam kung sinasadya nila na ayaw intindihin o talagang lang talaga yung nasa administrasyon. I'd like to lean doon sa latter kasi sa lahat ng mga desisyon nila lately.
Castro fired back at Duterte, saying that she must be transparent about the nature of her trips as the Marcos administration will not oppose it.
Nakita po natin kung paano po sumagot ang Vice Presidente. Napaka-emosyonal. Sabi nga po natin, may kasabihan po na when emotions are high, intelligence is low. Never speak out of anger.
The palace officer also reminded the vice president that public officials have accountability when traveling abroad.
Ginamit niya ang OVP Facebook. Ito ay parte ng gobyerno, pero pang personal trip. So magkakaroon po talaga ng confusion, conflict of interest. At ngayon, na inamin niya, sinabi niya na siya yung nagtatrabaho, bilang vice-presidente, lumabas siya ng bansa, kailangan na po siyang mag-ulat sa bayan.
Meanwhile, Duterte also alleged that her impeachment was caused by President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. wanting to stay in power to eliminate her from the 2028 presidential elections, calling herself the front-runner.
Well, it's all about the refusal or the intent. It is the intent of President Marcos not to step down. He wants to perpetuate himself or his family in power. It is clear from the moves of his administration against political opponents. Because I am the front runner in the presidential race in 2028, the survey shows that. And I think they want to eliminate the front runner.
In response, Castro called Duterte's remark a diversionary tactic to obscure the controversies being thrown against her.
Nawawala po yung issue patungkol sa kanyang accountability tungkol sa confidential funds at iba pang mga complaints na napapaloob sa articles of impeachment. Siguro po nais din po natin malaman ang katotohanan.
The palace officer also defended Marcos Jr.'s attendance in the destruction of 9.4 billion peso worth of illegal drugs in a private waste treatment facility in Capas, Tarlac. Castro also recalled the time when former President Rodrigo Duterte also attended a drug destruction activity during his term.
So, baka nakalimutan po ito ni Vice Presidente. So, ang pagtatrabaho po naman ay hindi dapat itago, dapat nakikita ng taong bayan. Dapat nagre-report ang Pangulo sa taong bayan.
Meanwhile, several House leaders criticized Duterte for questioning the foreign policy of President Marcos, while insisting that she is not pro-China. House Deputy Majority Leader Paulo Ortega said the Vice President can keep denying it, but her record speaks for itself, citing her silence on Chinese incursions. House Assistant Majority Leader Jacob Von also took note of Duterte's alleged lack of firm stance against foreign encroachment, saying it creates confusion among Filipinos. Harleen Delgado, ABS-CBN News.
The Philippine government would grant a request by the International Criminal Court to provide protection for several witnesses in the crimes against humanity case of ex-President Rodrigo Duterte. The details from Adrian Ayalin.
3 to 4 witnesses against former President Rodrigo Duterte are now receiving protection from the Philippine government under the Witness Protection Program, according to Justice Secretary Jesus Crispin Remulla. The witnesses are expected to fly to the Netherlands to testify before the International Criminal Court on the crimes against humanity cases of the former president. Remulla said the Philippine government is shouldering the expenses for the security of the witnesses in the Philippines.
Ang pagkakaalam ko, 3 o 4 pa lang yung tinutulungan natin. But I think there will be more. There will be more. We're working as government, protecting people. But the government has to protect people, whether they're witnesses for the ICC or the general populace.
Remulla admitted there is no official communication nor document signed between the Philippine government and the ICC. But he stressed that it was the ICC that got in touch with the WPP for the safety of the witnesses.
I just let our witness protection people handle it. Kasi nga, confined yan sa trabaho nila. Basta I told our program director to cooperate and to help them. And so far, for the past 2 months.
Remulla also stressed that the Philippine government still recognizes the withdrawal of the Duterte administration from the ICC in 2019, but it cannot turn a blind eye on the safety of the witnesses. The statements of Remulla came after the Office of Public Counsel for Victims submitted its response to the request of the defense lawyers of Duterte for his interim release. According to the counsels of the victims, the interim release, if granted, will endanger the victims. They add the volatile security situation in the Philippines could be dangerous for the victims who demonstrated courage by participating in the proceedings. Like the Office of the Prosecutor, the Office of the Public Counsel also said the continued detention of Duterte is necessary to ensure he does not obstruct court proceedings. The continued detention will also ensure Duterte's appearance in court, and it is necessary to prevent the further commission of crimes. It is requesting for the rejection of the request for Duterte's interim release. The defense lawyers of Duterte earlier asked for his release with the assurance that he will not escape, will not get in the way of proceedings, and will not continue the commission of his supposed crimes. Asked when the court will issue a decision, the ICC said it does not have a timeline. Adrian Ayalin, ABS-CBN News.
The Philippine Justice Secretary reaches out to the Supreme Court after the supposed mastermind in the disappearance of dozens of cockfight enthusiasts is alleged to be someone with influence over the judiciary. Adrian Ayalin returns with this report.
The case of the missing sabongeros or cockfight enthusiasts has now reached the Supreme Court, not through a petition nor a filed motion. Department of Justice Secretary Jesus Crispin Remulla said he will reach out to Chief Justice Alexander Esmundo on the testimony of an individual who recently came forward with new revelations. Included in the statement of the individual, who is one of the accused in the kidnapping and serious illegal detention cases, is the supposed connection of members of the judiciary with the mastermind.
Ang bigat ng kalaban dito kasi ang pera niya, nakakapasok yan hanggang even sa judiciary. And that's one thing that we might have to talk to the Chief Justice about. Kasi mabigat ang pera ng isa ron. Hindi ka basta-basta kalaban.
The cases are ongoing at the regional trial courts in Manila and Laguna, where the cockfight enthusiasts disappeared from 2021 to 2022. Remulla refused to pinpoint the mastermind and his group, which supposedly includes individuals in the government.
Basta yung sinasabi ng mastermind, narinig ko yung kanyang in his own words, kaya natin yun, kahit Supreme Court to, kaya niya. Sinasabi niya, kaya kakausapin natin ng Chief Justice to dito. May grupo yan na kasama, pero meron talagang corporate setup ng principal natin na kumikilos.
The Supreme Court said it has no comment yet on the matter. Meantime, the Commission on Human Rights called for urgent and coordinated action in the government in light of the new testimony from one of the accused. Part of the testimony includes information that the missing individuals were thrown into Taal Lake. The CHR has also deployed its special investigators in the area for monitoring and quick response operations. CHR Commissioner Beda Epres appealed for coordinated efforts with the DOJ, Philippine Navy, and the Philippine Coast Guard. The DOJ earlier said it plans to deploy to Taal Lake